All right. I don't think there's anybody here yet. Oh, somebody just popped in. Hello, good afternoon, or morning, or after, or evening, wherever you are located. Hope you are all doing good. I hope you, the solo person that's in here, is doing well or are doing well. All right. Hey, Marcus. Could always depend on Marcus. First one. How you doing, buddy? Always good to see you. Jonas, how are you, buddy? Good evening. That's pretty cool. Good evening. It's afternoon here, so I know where you are. Stefano, how are you? Michael, good to see you. Let's see. So yeah, wow, we got 6 people in here already. That is awesome. Well, hope you all are doing good. This is my first live stream. Shame on me for this being my first one, almost at the end of January. I don't think I even had one in December, except for the one with Robert. I think it was the only one. Marcelo, hope you are doing good. Um, so yeah, I don't really have an agenda. Usually with these, I don't have any type of topic or agenda. I always kind of leave it up to each one of you, whatever you want to discuss. Um, it's been relatively quiet, I think, on the Elvis front as far as releases and news and things like that. George Music for, hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining in, my friend. Um, but yeah, it has been. FTD's been unusually quiet. Has there been any disclosure as to how much Tom Parker made per tour figure wise? That's a good question, Jonas. I don't know. I know he took in half of Elvis's revenue, so whatever Elvis made on any given release, any tour, any movie, Colonel Parker got 50% right off the top. Marcus said no. I didn't have one in November. Like I said, the only one that I had by myself, I think it's been a couple of months. I've had one by myself. I had the one with Robert. So Marcus, you are right about that. Yeah, I had the one with Robert. Um, Probably a little over a month ago. Happy New Year to you, Graham. I'm glad you can join in, bud. Graham, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you in Australia, Graham? I could have swore that I thought you were. It's good to be back, Marcus. I appreciate it. I really enjoy these doing these. Steve, I hope you are doing well, my friend. Um, but yeah, it's been quiet on the front. I know I got an alert or an email yesterday. Um, there's my man. There's my man Johnny. Hope you are doing well. Happy New Year to you, buddy. Johnny, if you are hearing, I know we have talked about doing one of these together. So if you are free in the next week or so, let me know and we will hop on and do one. Maybe you're just keeping a low profile. I don't know. I've missed your videos, man. You love your channel, always have. I've been a subscriber and fan of your channel for a long, long time. Melbourne, Australia. Graham, I thought that's it's 6 a.m. here. Oh man. If some of let me turn this. If some of Elvis's friends knew that Tom wasn't illegal, why didn't they expose him? I don't know, Jonas. I don't know who all knew in Elvis's circle. Hold on, I love the pop-ups. If they knew that he was an illegal alien, but back then it wasn't what the ugly thing that it is today as far as illegal immigration. Um, Elvis 78, how you doing? Good to see you. There's a nice little gathering of folks here today. Hopefully, people are just still joining in. Just finished work. Awesome. Good for you. Yeah, I'm off today. I'm off today, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't really been on much. My parents are, older. They're up in years, um, and their health isn't the best. And my dad's really been struggling. He has neuropathy in his legs, and it's just been a lot of things going on. Then my daughter was sick. She missed the entire week last week, so she was homesick, and so she's on the mend. But Um, Johnny says, I've been trying to make a video. Really miss all of you. We miss you, Johnny. I mean that very sincerely. You're a good guy, and we are looking forward to getting content from you. Like I said, if you're up for it, I will be in contact, and we'll do a collaboration. I'd love that. Me and Johnny have done a couple. I think we've done two, and I enjoyed it. It's been a while, though. I think it was like summer last time we did that collaboration. Um, so, yeah. As far as like Elvis news, new things coming out. I did get an email yesterday. It is the 68 comeback special on red vinyl and red transparent vinyl. I think it's a one or two. I think it's a 2 LP set that is on its way. Yes, Marcus, we do absolutely. Um, but I myself, I don't know. I don't know if you are familiar with that release. I am not a fan of bootlegs. It's just my preference. I've said that on my channel before. Um, I I like the RCA Legacy releases, the Record Store Day releases, and the FTD releases, the Follow That Dream label. So, and I have cut back. I've talked about this with Marcus and a few other people that are here. That yeah, my Elvis buying has been to an absolute crawl. I haven't bought anything. I did get the black vinyl. The black vinyl to Elvis Presley Boulevard. So that was the last FTD of the entire set I needed. Tomorrow I am ordering the final FTD CD set to complete that entire set, and that's the Elvis Summer of '76, I believe it's called. So I will be ordering that tomorrow. Now completing it, and I thought about the books, but the books I'm in no hurry. I got quite a few of the books, but there's several I need. I probably need more than what I actually own, but I'll get there eventually. Michael says, yes, I pre-ordered the red vinyl. Yeah, it's a nice looking set, and really a lot of these public domain recordings they sound spectacular. But if I kept up with every single thing that came up, I'd really be in the poorhouse. Yeah, Marcus, you and I have talked. Me and Marcus talk um, almost throughout the day most days, and yeah, Marcus has cut way back on his buying as well. It's just it for me, it's just to me, I find it exhausting. And just I always get anxious. I think I've even talked to Johnny about this before too, that I almost get like an anxious feeling, like trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, and getting there for a while. I was getting every single thing, MRS and VPI and the Memphis Mansion and the FTDs and every RCA Legacy, because they just released at the end of the year the red vinyl of Back in Memphis, and I just can't keep up with it. I find it very tiring. Jonas says, "Did you believe that he faked his death just a little bit?" No, I don't think Elvis faked his death. I think he passed on August 16th, 1977, and I just think he was worn out and tired, and God called him home. That's just the way I say it. That's just my personal opinion. I know there's a lot of conspiracists out there, as there are with a lot of things, and a lot of the conspiracy theories I do kind of follow and I do agree with. I won't get into that. That's getting completely off the topic, but we'll see. Grant says, I am happy for the new Blue Hawaii 4 CD set because the book set was just was priced way too high. Here in Australia, $700. Holy crud. I know those sets, those FTD sets. If you do not get them at the time of release, they go quick. Um, and um, I bought it. Of course, Blue Hawaii, as most of you know, is my favorite soundtrack. It's my favorite Elvis movie. I love it. I thought the books were well done. And it sucks because the 4 CD set that's coming out next month is the 4 CDs are the exact 4 CDs that were in that, the book, The Making of Blue Hawaii. So because I am a completist and I'm collecting the entire FTD CD set like a dummy, I will buy it. So Let's see. Yeah, Marcus, it's a beautiful set. It's an absolutely beautiful set. Uh, Michael says, I did buy a Frankie and Johnny FTD CD from David in Japan. Great to have his email and his eBay contact. Yeah, I bought quite a bit from David over the last couple of years. That's who I got the making of Viva Las Vegas from. He had a brand new set, and we were doing. That's how I didn't even know he had it, and we were doing a collaboration video probably 7 8 months ago, and I happened to see it on a shelf behind him. I looked, I was like, David, you have the, and he actually said, he goes, yeah, he goes, I got it. I saw it in a shop. I picked it up. I'm not really big on the FTD book, so I don't know if I'm going to keep it. So I was like, dude, man, I'll buy it from you. And I got it for a sick, ridiculously great price from David. And he boxed it up really, really good and sent it to me. And yeah, if I told you what I paid for it, you'd be like, what? That's it? But David's a good guy. The Elvis record collector says, not a dummy, a completist is a completist. You are right there, my friend. Um, yeah, I probably shouldn't be so harsh and say I'm a dummy. It's just, a lot of people will say, well, if you, it makes no sense to, spend the probably 60 plus dollars, $70, whatever it is. I think on the Graceland store in Elvis shop, I think it's 79.99. So the prices then continue to rise, which I also find a little frustrating. Um, Michael, yeah, he is very reasonable. I actually also got from him probably a few months before I got the making of Viva Las Vegas. He had listed it. He had listed on eBay, brand new. I just happened to be at the right time at right place and right time. He had the FTD Moody Blue, the double vinyl that's numbered, the clear vinyl, and I reached out to him because him and I, talk off and on, and he said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll hold it for you." He said, "I'll even give it to you at this price." And if I told you what I paid for it, you'd probably be shocked. It was very, very fair and very reasonable. But that's David. He's just a good guy all in all. Marcus says there's a lot of stuff out there I want to get, but stuff is going up. It is. It's a shame. It's a shame that um, I'm going to do. It might even be like a two-part video. I'm going to do a video on just FTD and some of the things that are out there. Um, Marty says, I'm looking for a new mint copy of Girl Happy Mono or Mono Harem. Well, if I wasn't keeping mine, I have a mono and a stereo copy. So one of my favorite soundtracks. So good luck, Marcus. It's out there. Discogs is a good source too. Mal, how you doing, buddy? Speaking of FTD, the master FTD, I believe it's Mal has every single FTD release that ever came out. So Graham says, Mark, the scariest thing. If I'm squinting, I apologize. I got my light on my stand, and it kind of creates a little bit of a glare with the screen. So, Mark, the scariest thing I've seen this week. I'm getting a cataract surgery next month, so my eyes are not as good. So, thus the surgery was the Elvis AI version of Poor Man's Gold. Have you seen it? Your thoughts? Yes, Graham, I did see it. I think AI, personally, my opinion, I think AI is terrifying. I am not a fan of it in the least. It really, really blurs what is reality and what is not. And for that reason, I'm all about authenticity. I've always been that way. I like the real thing. And if I can't have the real thing, I don't want it. Again, when I make comments like this, that is my personal opinion. Um, I did a video probably a few weeks back about the Elvis show concert experience. AI, they actually called it an avatar Elvis. Sorry about the pop-ups, guys. An avatar Elvis. It's going to be in London at the end of this year, then in Japan, I think, and then coming to Vegas. And I'm intrigued, I'm curious, but they're using a lot of computer generated images and imagery and projections, and they're combining real footage of Elvis, whether it be video and pictures, and then adding their own AI to it to make it the most realistic experience. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I know some people. Surprisingly, the comments I got on that video, I'd say 75% of the people were on board and like, oh, I can't wait. I know your thoughts on it, but I think AI, I think this is the closest I'll ever get to see Elvis. And like I said, the curiosity in me is kind of in agreement with that. But like I said, I want the real deal. I don't want something that's generated artificially. But again, that's just me. I agree. I am not. Let me see if I turn this down a little bit. If I could, there we go. That's a little bit better. Hopefully, you guys can still see me. Like I said, my eyes are just so bad. I cannot wait to get this surgery. Um, hold on. I missed a key few. And if I do miss any comments, I am not ignoring you guys. Um, I I'm trying to get through because they come in pretty quick. Um, okay, yeah, Mark or Johnny was the last one, the first one I saw. So Johnny, Prince Elvis Jackson, 88, great channel. Like I said, I know it bears repeating. He says, I think the Elvis Now in Person 1972 is sold out in most places. That's the video I'm trying to return with a laughing emoji. That set, I don't know why there was a lot of criticism when it was first announced as released. A lot of folks that I know said, this is nothing I've not seen before. It's just all regurgitated crap or whatever they wanted to say. But yet it's sold out online quick. Elvis Shop of London, who usually has a crap load of everything they get in, it's sold out within days. If you go to a site, it is sold out. The pre-orders sold out quick. I think it was only on Elvis Shop Elvis for maybe I don't know if it was even up a week. Graceland had it listed for maybe a few days. Like it flew off the shelves. The proverbial flew off the shelves, and you can't get it anymore. And now I'm seeing it on eBay for $700, $800, $900. So I'm glad I got a copy when I did. Michael says Marcus just sold a mono Nearman copy of Harem Scarum last month. I like Harem Scarum personally. Elvis record collector, we won't know what to believe going forward. Yeah, I can believe that. Let's see. Elvis for sale says, I agree. I'm not so excited about AI and the next concert. I'm curious, but at the same time, it could be too weird. I don't know. Yeah. I'm with you, buddy. That's kind of how I feel, man. I can't really get myself excited over it. I, you know, don't know if I seem to be in the minority in that. Like I said, most of the comments, I got a ton of feedback on that video. And the majority of folks said, man, I can't wait. I'm gonna, as soon as tickets are announced, I'm there, I'm buying them. And again, they would say it's the closest I'm ever going to get to seeing Elvis. Like I said, if it was all, I don't know, when you throw in artificial and when you throw in terms manufactured and blending of this and projections of this from an artificial source, but we're going to use real footage to go along with it. I don't know, just not something I'm overly excited about, if I'm being honest. Hugh, I am glad to see you here, buddy. Thanks for joining in. It's nice, the box set, Elvis. It's nice, the box set. Elvis sings If I Can Dream. Stefan, I'm not familiar with that one. Elvis Record Collector says cataract surgery is amazing from all reports. Yeah, I am excited. My vision is going to. They actually told me when I went before I went for my consultation last week. They said it's life changing, and I've had glasses since I was 7. Now with the implants they're giving me, I still will need a very low power contact lens. I mean, these are as high as they get, and without my contacts, I'm literally practically close to legally blind. my eyes have gotten so bad. So it will be a game changer, and I'm hoping. And so they'll do one eye, and then 2 weeks later, I'll go back and do the other eye. Graham says the Elvis Now set was fantastic. It is. It's a gorgeous set. And I like the 45 EPs they're putting in there. I think that's a nice touch. Mal, you are bringing up a topic, and I will not name any retailers, but you are spot on. Mal says a lot of folks received damaged boxes and books and can't replace them. None left. Um, I was one of the few that received a perfectly beautiful copy, no problems. But the retailer that I used that will remain unnamed, I don't think it's fair to call them out, but um, they sent to other people and people that I know that are not too far from me, as far as where I'm located here in Delaware. A couple people in South Carolina got theirs, ding corners, jacked up covers. One person posted on Facebook, and they showed a picture of it, and it was the one corner was like looked like a dog had chewed the end of it off. Like that's just not proper packaging, and that's just put a little bit of effort in packaging it to protect it. You're paying a lot of money for these things. They need to be protected. So the people that were pretty, to put it bluntly, that were pissed off, they had every reason to be pissed off. Like I said, two of my friends that I keep in contact with through text or messenger reached out and said, yeah, I got mine. It was damaged. And my one friend that got a partial refund. So, um, yeah, Michael says it's already gone for $700. And you figure it was only out, what, a month and a half, 2 months ago, maybe? Talking about the AI show, it isn't a concert. It's like a theatrical experience of a theme park event with rooms that give an experience of a time and place. Yeah, Hugh, you are absolutely spot on. It's a little bit from what I read, the article I read. It kind of goes to his whole life, and you get to know Elvis. You can what they mean by you can interact with him. It actually says you can interact with the king, and it shows it through his concert years. But I don't know, man. Like I said, the curiosity, the proverbial saying, "Curiosity kills a cat." I don't know. If it comes this way, maybe up in Philly or New York or something, maybe I'll say, I don't know. Like I said, the whole AI part of it, artificial thing, it's just, I don't know. It's a little bit of a turnoff. It all depends on if it's as good as the Aloha, as the ABBA one. Yeah, because ABBA, the group ABBA, were the ones that started it, and it got tremendous reviews. It was very popular, and people are, going to see it in droves. Um, but a lot of bands, Kiss being one of them. Kiss, of course, supposedly played their farewell tour in Madison Square Garden at the end of December. But now they're doing shows using AI and using avatars. And I don't know, man. It's just, to me, it's not authentic. It's just, I know they're using, the members' voices and all that, but anything that's computer generated, it's not real. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up with you all, folks. So, like I said, if I do miss you, it is not intentional. There's a lot of. Okay, so I'm back. So Hugh says it isn't anything like the ABBA show. The concert part is in a small, intimate space. It isn't an arena show. Yeah, I kind of got that feeling that it was kind of more of an intimate setting. Thanks for the explanation, Johnny. It was good, Graham. I was disappointed with the studio, or with the audio. Man, I'm having a hard time seeing this. I will let you know my full opinion when my video drops. Yeah, a lot of the CDs were taken from the stuff that came out last year. The LPs, Elvis, 1972, or the one where he's in the blue suit, and then the other one was the Record Store Day, Burning Love, the studio. I don't know if that's part of it or not. I don't think it is. I think that was on the Elvis on tour. I think I'm getting them confused, but a lot of it was stuff that's already been released, except for the Buffalo recording, I think at the Hilton. But they say it's so bad, it's so muffly and hissy. But for FTD is all about a lot of their latest releases. They've done it before. They put that blue sticker on it that says There's imperfections in the audio, and that's an understatement if I can be honest. But it's more for historical significance. So I don't know. So Johnny will have a review on that on his channel. The new box set and DVD from is new box set 4 CD and 1 DVD from Stefano. I know RCA Legacy supposedly released the full, and I have it. I did a video of it about a year ago. And I do have it here. I don't know if you're talking about. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to put my back to you. I don't know if you're talking about this. I picked this up last year. Yeah, this is it's hard to. This is a great set. This is the complete. It's got 5 CDs and 2 Blu-rays. So good stuff. I did a video on that if you want to check that out. Paul, I'm glad to see you here, buddy. Appreciate you joining in, Paul. Elvis Record Collection. I'm going back and forth with Graceland to get the replacement disc, which was nowhere in my shipment. That is not good. I don't know. I personally think, Will, how are you doing, buddy? From Scotland. Awesome. 72 set, something I was waiting for many years. That and the Blue Hawaii boxes highlights for me. I agree, man. I love both sets. The Elvis in person 72, as anything FTD does, is just so well done. And I think they know that. I think they know that their product is in such demand. To me personally, and you guys can comment, for me, above everything else, the Follow That Dream label, their stuff to me is the crown jewel of collecting. Like, their stuff is just so well made. Their LPs are phenomenal. Their mastering, they sound spectacular. The gatefold and everything they do is just so well done. The CDs are great. I love the sessions. Wish more and more complete. As far as all the studio chatter, most people don't care about that. I do. If you're going to release it all, release the whole kitchen sink. I know I'm being very picky today. I know. Michael says, I ordered my 72 book set, FTD set, and UPS lost it. Oh no. I contacted Graceland and they're going to reimburse me because it was insured. I'll never be able to afford it now. And that's the thing that sucks, Michael, because they don't have a replacement set to give you. And that's what was happening with the folks that were getting the damaged sets, is all the retailers could do is offer a discount. The one they said, I won't name who it is. I myself have never had issues with this particular retailer, but I know a couple of my good friends that just had horrible experiences. And all they could do is offer to give a partial refund. They wouldn't even refund the whole thing. So I'm glad I was in that group that didn't have any issues. It's funny because when I got the box, I remember when it was delivered by the post office, there was a puncture hole in the back of because people were complaining that it was packaged in real flimsy, like the LP mailers. It was real flimsy packaging, and that's what caused the damage. And mine so happened to be in like a thick, well protected box, but there was a big puncture hole. So my heart sank, and I opened it, no indentation, nothing. So Michael, that sucks, man. Is there any project to have the Reinventing Elvis documentary on DVD? Elvis, I hope they release it on. I'd love to see it on a 4K release or a Blu-ray release. I absolutely loved that show. Curtis, there you are, buddy. He says, I'm watching my phone to watch you. Laugh out loud. Curtis, it is always good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well here on this Thursday. This week is going by really quick. Let's see. There's Ed. Ed says, hey, Mark, everybody using voice to text, driving back and forth from lunch, heading to work. Hope all are well. Always good to see you, Ed. I started to watch your review. Anybody who watches Elvis's channel, I've always said this, Elvis was my very first, not only my first Elvis channel, my first subscribed channel that I ever subscribed to, probably 4 or 5 years ago. But Ed was sent the set of Elvis in person, the FTD 1972 Elvis in person from Kurt, who I am good friends. I talk to almost every day by text. Um, he was very kind to send a copy of that to Ed, and Ed did his video of showing it, taking it out of the package, and he didn't know what it was, and he apparently did a quick review. So I started to watch it. I was at my parents' house, and then I had to run to do a couple errands for them because they're not really health wise, they're not able to. So I got to go back and revisit that. So good to see Ed here. Yeah, Hugh, the 68 set that I just showed you, it is a very, very nice set indeed. Very happy to have it. Used to be able to get it on, was it the Graceland store? I think it was the Graceland store I got it up until last year. And I don't know if it's still there or not, but I think it was pretty reasonable too. I want to say it was 120 or 129 with, of course, the extra shipping. Robert, how are you, buddy? Good to see Robert. Yeah, I did a collaboration with Robert probably early December, been about a month and a half, and it got a lot of views, a lot of interest. Robert is extremely knowledgeable. Good guy as well. Ryan, how are you, buddy? Good to see you as well. Let's see, got a lot of catching up to do. Curtis, yes. Curtis says he'd love to get the 72 FTD box set, but it is pricey. It is. And as everything that is out there, if it is FTD, um, they ought to call it FTD with $2 behind it because it is getting ridiculous. So as far as my collecting, I've told a few of my friends this, that other than any new FTD release comes out, or any record store day it comes out, that's it. That's the only thing I'm buying. I'm pretty much wrapping up buying anything older. I will be doing actually. I was talking to another friend of mine, and I think I told Marcus this too. Was I found on eBay, and I'm going to do a sealed reveal on it just to see what's inside. But as you know, my favorite album is Elvis's Golden Records Volume 3. I got a Canadian stereo, early pressing, I believe, of that album. It was sealed. I did have a notch cut, which I hate when they do that because it's like an overstock thing. It was odd that was that for an album that old. But I'm going to open it, see if it is a silver top, a white top, or maybe even an orange label. But I think I paid like 23 bucks for it, and um, I liked it on eBay, or I saved it as a favorite, and they sent me an offer for a couple bucks off it. So I think with gave me free shipping. I think I paid like $23 and change for it. So figured I have several copies of it, but it would be cool to open it and see what's inside. Um, so let me see if I can. Okay, so I'm trying to get caught up with the notes. Something similar happened with Arrow's 4K Bruce Lee box sets. There was an issue with distribution, and most people got a smash or bash check. Yeah, I was lucky to get a pristine copy. It is carelessness, Hugh. I believe with you. I agree with you. And my thing is the reason why so many people, I think, were so angry. One, you get a damaged copy, and two, you spent like at retail. That set was what, it's right around 250, 275, and then you tack on if you bought it, because I bought mine from overseas, and you tack on the $20 to $30 you pay to ship it. You want to get a good copy. Paul says, I didn't go for it either, Curtis. Kind of wish I had now. I am saying, and I hate, this is not the, pour wounds or salt in the wounds, but yeah, there's a lot of people that I see are commenting saying they wish they would have got it. But I don't know what was so spectacular about the in-person set, more so than like the making of Jailhouse Rock, Blue Hawaii, but like this set sold out blindingly fast, and it was there and boom, it was gone in a matter of like not weeks, days. And if you can find a copy, decent price, you're grab it if you can. Mark, this is from Graham. Mark, I honestly believe FTD kicked off the vinyl revolution by leading the way with all this stuff. I agree. I was fortunate enough to acquire the entire set over time, and they're just so well done, and the mastering and the when you listen to it, it just hits you in the face. I'm so happy to again have them all, and they will stay with me. Let's see. I think I have a lot of catching up to do with these comments. I wonder some of the plans are for 2027. I'd expect some big things, not new things, of course, but new packaging. Yeah, yeah. There's still a crap load of stuff that's going to come out. Curtis says he's uploading a new video for his channel. Curtis has been doing good with his channel. Some good stuff. Check him out. Pretty sure Elvis is from Hugh. Pretty sure Elvis in concert audio will be released for 2027. The copyright laws will force Sony to do something with it instead of ending up in public domain. Yeah, I have my opinions on that, Hugh, as far as the Elvis in concert stuff. Some people, and usually I'm more often I'm wrong about stuff than I am right. I never have claimed to be any type of expert when it comes to Elvis, but things that I never thought we'd see the light of day as some of the Elvis on tour concerts. And I did a video saying I didn't think it would happen. I think it was like 2.5, 3 months later, they announced the Elvis on tour box set. So I kind of had egg on my face on that one. Steve, good to see you. She says he's watching me live for the first time. Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Glad you're here. Anthony says, are there any Blu-ray audio titles of Elvis's music available? High res Elvis would be sweet. A lot of the movies are coming out. I know Kid Galahad came out recently on Blu-ray. Several of his titles. I wish more would come out on 4K. Blue Hawaii came out in 4K, I think in December of 2022. And man, you want to talk about something that looks spectacular. Let's see, Paul, the music on vinyl for LP fans only is out this week. I have it on pre-order. Happy days. Yeah, Paul, it might have been you or somebody just yesterday sent me a message in Messenger saying that it might have been you. I talked to so many people that said that it was coming out. It's on like a light blue vinyl, I think I heard, like an aqua almost. That one I actually wouldn't mind having. I don't have hardly any of the music on vinyls. I have the Promised Land one. I did get the On Stage one that came out a few summers ago on red vinyl because that's one of my favorite albums. But yeah, like I said, if you bought everything, I don't know. It really can hit the pocket deep. Hugh said that was a great video with Robert. Yes, it was indeed. And we're looking to get together again soon on another collaboration, hopefully in the very near future. Michael says, I'll try to check out that, Paul. Thank you for the heads. Okay. Nick says, what is your most prized original pressing? This is a Robert question. In fact, I think this was asked. In fact, I know it was. Robert was asked this question, and he had a couple of different answers. If you haven't seen that, go back in my library. I think it was like maybe early to mid-December. But we ran, I think, 90 plus minutes. And the saying goes, time flies when you're having fun. And Robert and I did enjoy it. It was good to get to see each other and get to interact with each other. Like I said, just a good guy, very, very knowledgeable. Like, you want to talk about somebody who knows this stuff, it's him. I don't know, Nick. That's a very, very good question. What is my most prized possession? I don't know if I have one. I mean, I have a lot. Like I said, I have like a flawless. I don't think when I got it from somebody on eBay, a guy that I buy from, who sold off a lot of his collection. I got a mint about 2 years ago. I got a mint mono copy of Girl Happy, and it looked like the day it came off the shelf. I put the needle the first time, and I didn't hear anything. It was like complete dead silence. And then I think for Robert, I got a stereo copy of it about 2 months ago. He had it listed and I got it. So like I said, I love that soundtrack. I would love to see FTD do a vinyl release of Girl Happy, but it's coming. Just don't know when. Hugh says, anybody watching in Scotland, have a look at the Glasgow Film Festival listings. Flaming Star is getting a cinema screening as part of its Dolores Del Rio retrospective. That is actually really cool, Hugh. Criticism, still playing catch up on FTD CDs. Yeah, there's a lot of them. The whole corrected. Yeah, Robert just said something that I thought was true too. He says the whole um, corrected disc thing with the new 72 box set really sucks. It did. It's another area where I don't know, it's the quality control. Like you're releasing something. And I think what happened with the 72 in person set is a lot of them were sealed and boxed up and ready to ship. And then they realized that disc two, I believe, after the first song, it goes dead solid. There's nothing else on it. So now when I got mine, I got the disc. It was in just like a regular white cardboard, like a CD size disc, nothing spectacular. And then I saw a video right around the time I got my copy where somebody did a quick 2 or 3 minute review. It was like an unboxing, is what it was. And their case was really really nice that they put the replacement disc in. That probably came from the retailer, not the distributor. But I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think FTD when they shipped the replacement, it was just in like a stiff white cardboard like envelope to protect the disc. But it is what it is. But I agree, Robert. It was just not good. Let's see. Believe me when I tell you, I'm extremely happy that Kurt sent the box. That Kurt sent the box, because I assure you, if he did not, I would still not own it. Yeah, it's funny because me and Ed were texting. I don't know, probably 3 or before he got that set. Oh, that glitched. That was weird. Like my screen just glitched and went off for a second. Hopefully, can you guys see me? Let me know if you guys can still see me. That was odd. It's never happened before. Um, Ed and I had literally been talking. It was on a Saturday, about a week before he got that set. He was like, "Yeah," he said, "the only one that I own is, and the only one I want to own is the MSG, the Madison Square Garden set that came out in 2017." He said, and I got that for Christmas as a gift. He said they're just so expensive. It's not that Ed's not interested in getting them. I'm with him and a lot of people. They're just so expensive, especially the making of sets, the multi book sets. Like they're 250, almost $300 when you kick in shipping. It's a shame. It's a shame that these things can't be. Um, it's a shame that they don't make it more accessible and more affordable. And the second market out there, once they sell out, and what I personally think needs to happen, I don't know what you all think. I think they need to limit it to a maximum of 2 copies per household or whatever, because that's what a lot of these clowns are doing. Is they're the people that can afford it. They'll buy 3, 4, and 5 sets of it, and then once it sells out, they turn around and flip it. I call it flipping it, and put it on eBay. And like I said, ask 7, 8, $900 for it. I saw the other day? It was on eBay. It was the making of Viva Las Vegas, and the person was asking like four. It was a overseas seller, and they were asking like $1,400 for it, and like $72 to ship it. $1,500 for a set that was like $200 when it came out. He was just about to watch that video. When I saw the Mark was live. Yeah, it's a good video. Yeah, like I said, I got to go and finish and watch the rest. You said I would say the on tour box from Elvis in Nashville also exists because Sony had to get the music released or it would fall into the public domain. The market is too small otherwise. Good to see you, Alan. Hope you were doing good, buddy. The Elvis record collector says, Robert has forgotten more than I know. Exactly. That's pretty funny. Yes, we see you. Just going through these real quick. Come on. Other labels and artists don't have anywhere near the same amount of errors, mistakes, problems that happens with Elvis. From missing names and factual errors to concerts running slow. Yeah, there's Hugh, I agree. There's been a lot of crazy, almost shady stuff that's gone through the years. Um, there's been even been debate, and Robert, if you're still on, if you're watching, which I hope you are, there was a question on whether when Elvis as recorded at Madison Square Garden when it was released, if the kernel had sped up to fit on one disk. Some people say absolutely not, false, never happened, and other people say no, it did happen. They sped it up. So I don't know what the truth is. Ed, have a good day, buddy. I'm glad you could pop in briefly. Always good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Let's try to get caught up. Nick says maybe what needs to happen if people don't buy the FTDs, then they will lower the prices. The thing is, people do buy the. Can you guys hear me now? Can't hear you. No sound. You are muted. Can you guys hear me now? I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're all you're all saying silent stream. Yeah. Can you guys hear me now? I was just saying how I had heard for many years um, that Madison Square Garden was Robert says I need to learn sign language. That You guys in your comments are hilarious. Johnny says I'm good at reading lips, no sound. I can't hear you. You guys can hear me now. Looks like everybody can hear me now. I hate that. I was just telling somebody yesterday that technology has gotten so advanced that it doesn't work. So yeah, a call came in. A call came in while this was doing that. When it does, it freezes it up. And when I didn't accept the call, it like it's like a default. It mutes me automatically, and I didn't notice it right away. So all you're saying, that's all you're saying. And then finally, I saw all of um, your responses. 5 minutes of mute. I'm so sorry, guys. Back on. Good, 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 good. See, I'm still a rookie with this. It was Ronnie Tutt that said MSG was sped up, but song for song, the tempo matches the afternoon show performance. Yeah, I've mentioned this a number of times. My all-time favorite Elvis show ever and always will be was the afternoon in the Garden, the afternoon June 10th performance at Madison Square Garden. It was the longest of the four shows, and I think that's probably why they recorded, of course, the afternoon and evening show, and I think that's why they released the evening show, because I don't think the evening show was better. It didn't, to me, it didn't seem to have the same tempo and energy that the afternoon. Um, you guys kill me with your comments. Who says, does FTD do your live stream audio? Laugh emoji. That's a good one, dude. I heard Ronnie say that. Yeah, I knew I had seen it. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Uh, cramp. Hold on. I'm sitting on my floor and I got a horrible cramp. Um, sorry, guys. Whew. Man, silent audio, cramps in the leg. Whew. That's a sign of getting older, I'm afraid. Live stream audio brought to you by FTD. Good one, Marcus. Same for me. A very good energy with the audience and a great audio quality. Yeah, there's something about that. I remember when that came out in 1997, and I was so excited. It's funny because when that was released, of course, I wasn't as involved with Elvis. Was still a huge fan, but I wasn't involved with Elvis and his music. And you didn't have, the releases that came out then. There was no FTD, nothing like that. But I remember seeing the CD in store, and after you're in the Garden and picking up, I love that cover where he's in that blue. They call it the weed suit, which is my favorite jumpsuit, by the way. So he wore my favorite jumpsuit, and it's my favorite concert. But I remember seeing it. I remember reading. I'm like, I never knew 25, because they released on the 25th anniversary then, and I never knew that there was an afternoon show, that they recorded the afternoon show. I knew there was an afternoon show, but I never realized they recorded it. Yeah, Hugh, I love the cover of that, which is the cover of the FTD book of Madison Square Garden. The Silent of the Mark. Curtis. Trying to keep up with the comments, guys. Paul says incredible version of Reconsider Baby. Yeah, I love that version. It's often been said, a lot of this has been said in the FTD concerts, that the Elvis was he was awake all night, slept during the day, and he would sleep like right before his afternoon shows when he was doing a 2:30 show and an 8:30 p.m. show. And many times over, I've read where Elvis seemed to have, like, he had a hard time waking up and getting amped up and getting going during the concert. And it was the evening show where people said you got the better performance because they usually would run longer, and he was more energized. Come on with the freaking okay, incredible version. I saw that one. Got to get back to work on my next CTK show. Yes, you do, Robert. Looking forward to it. Michael says same thing I said. He loved it when it came out. I still prefer to the one that came out in '72, the evening show. Yeah, and the evening show was not bad. You know what I noticed about the evening show, and it took me a while to notice it. In the afternoon show, when he does his introductions, he would just say, "It's the Sweet Inspirations," and he would name the musicians. He would give their first and last name. But in the evening show for the Sweet Inspirations, he went to each individual, like Myrna, and he would go down the line and use their first names. And he did that for the musicians, except for like Ronnie Tutt and James Burton and all that. But I thought that was interesting how he changed it up like that. I love the version of The Impossible Dream on the evening show for the official '72 release. But I just, I don't know, man. The only thing that would have made it even better is if you would have done Bridge Over Troubled Water, which he did on the June 9th show, and I think on the June 11th show. Robert has to go. Well, Robert, hope you have a great day. Thanks for coming on. Graham says, couldn't agree with you more, Mark. The matinee Madison Square Garden is right up there for me, too. Yeah, it's my favorite. Always will be. I loved it from the moment I heard it. And I used to take it when I was in office and working back in the 90s. I would take it and put it on my CD player and jam to it. And there was a girl that I worked with that loved Elvis too. And I remember I let her borrow it, and she was like, "Yeah, he just sounds tired in that concert." And I couldn't disagree more. I thought he sounded great. He had played that previous evening, so he probably was a little wore out, but I don't know. I think New York offered a challenge he had to be up for. I agree. He was very nervous about going back to New York. He wasn't sure if they'd like him, which is crazy to think. Elvis Presley. He was tuned right in and sharp. Uh, Marcus, do I have any rare pressings? I do have a UK pressing of Harem Scarum, an original, which I did a video on that where it was sealed, but UK didn't seal theirs back then, and not until I think the 70s they seal them. So somebody must have got it, but it was brand spanking new. It was in perfectly mint condition, and I think I have. Do I have a RCA Green International? I may have that too. I'm not sure. Um, Estelle. Yeah, you're right, Marcus. Estelle. Ed's dad would know if there was a different energy in the MS. He was there for all four. Yeah, man, could you imagine? His dad was there for all four. Hugh says, I've never liked his version of the Impossible Dream. Really? That's surprising, Hugh. I just think he belts it out. But that's the thing, man. You're entitled to your opinion, man. Everybody is. I hear that Elvis was mad. Oh, crap. What happened? I hear that Elvis was mad at the audience that evening. They wanted his comedy guy off the stage. They wanted Elvis. Yeah, that was actually true. Jackie, what's his name? Jackie Kane or Jappy. He was a comedian which toured with Elvis. Had a very dry sense of humor. And there's actually video you can see on YouTube to see about. But you're talking to the New York audience. They practically booed him off the stage, and it really upset Elvis to where wasn't even going to go on, and he had to be talked into going on. He thought it was very disrespectful. Um, yeah, Elvis was loyal, man. He loyal to a fault. Never believed that, Curtis. You should have dumped Jackie Kane. Anyway, talk about. Yeah, Hugh, that actually is a true story. He came on and was mercilessly, merciful, and whatever that word is. He was booed badly. Let's put it that way. And you're talking a 20 some thousand seat arena at one of the most famous, if not most famous, venue in the United States, and they booed him badly, practically off the stage. And he kept a good. Jackie Kane always kept a very good, positive attitude. He took it tongue in cheek, but it did. It upset Elvis. He made some comments that he thought it was very disrespectful. So look it up. It actually did happen. Talk about a second rate for yeah, and see, I agree with that comment, Hugh. I'm surprised that somebody the caliber of Jackie Kane was opening for somebody like Elvis Presley. And I don't think he was with him after much longer after that, because a lot of times the Sweet Inspirations, that was part of it too. The Sweet Inspirations would do like a short performance. But I don't know if Jackie Kane was with him all the way through to the end or not. Paul says, I think the album sleeve could have been more spectacular. It's funny you say that, Paul. I agree with you. Like you rushed the album out at what was it, 8 days, 9 days, and you press these albums, and the picture from the cover, as most of you know, was from the Jacksonville, Florida cover in April of '72. And why you didn't have a photograph from the MSG concert that you could have put on the cover? Yeah, that never ever made sense to me. You could press, a gazillion albums and have it on the shelves in 8 days, but you can't put a proper cover on it. Yeah, just weird. Another Parker weird thing. People started to be rude to his comedy guy. Yeah, they did, and Elvis did not take kindly to that. Like I said, Elvis was low to a fault. Hugh says the album cover definitely could have been better prepared beforehand. Yep, I've said that for years. Jackie Kane. Yeah, I could not remember his last name. I want to say, I thought it was something along those like Kahan or Kane or something, but yeah, Jackie Kane. What does everybody think about the extra horn parts at Polk Sound area that came to the fore after '74 in Elvis concerts? I liked it, Graham. I thought it sounded good. I love Polk Sound area. I love the energy on the New York shows are phenomenal. People think the Aloha cover is iconic. But to me, I think it could have been. I agree with Marcus on that one too. I think again, they did not use an Aloha photo. You look at the FTD release and the Sony Legacy receipt from last year, like you come up with this picture of the Earth, and then you come up with this phony looking satellite beaming. Like I get the you're talking 1973, so things are a little more not the way they are today as far as graphics and things like that. But I agree, man. You could have put like a really cool Aloha shot, with the layer around his neck, and I think they dropped the ball. But the colonel was so worried about getting stuff out. We're only going to go for another 5 minutes. I wanted to keep this to about an hour, just because I got to shortly leave to pick up my wife from work. So I'll probably go another 5 minutes. Try to get these last couple comments. Yeah. Johnny says one of my favorite shows of his is August 12th Midnight Show. Yeah, man. I know which one you're talking about. Is it I have to look for it, but I wonder if it's that Record Store Day one that came out with him. I think it is. I think, Johnny, that's the one you're referring to. Yeah, it's spectacular. Elvis sounded so good then. Oh, my word. Parker was cheap. Yeah, Parker was cheap. Pauly Shore's dad, Sammy Shore, was his opening comment before Kanye. I didn't know that, Nick. Very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Before I do go, I did want to say I know there's a few Aussies in here watching this. I appreciate it. I know the time is, I believe you all are about 10 hours ahead of me. As promised, I will be doing a live stream for those overseas because I get a lot of comments from folks saying that they couldn't catch this live because of the time difference in time zones. So I will be doing, I don't know if it will be tonight. It might be tomorrow night, Friday evening. I want to try to do a midnight my time, a midnight live streams for those in Asia or around the world can see it and catch it live. I want to try to be accessible and everybody be able to join in. So if it's not this week, it'll be the same time next week that I'll do it. So that is coming, just so you know. Did not know that the RCA studio where Elvis filmed rehearsals and officers is now the LA Film School. Wow, I did not know that either, Mike. No, it's one of it was the one that first appeared on the That's the Way It Is special edition. If you haven't listened to it, I'll do it. Well, do your ears a favor. Yeah, man. That I have the Blu-ray. I would love it, Johnny. I would love it if they released That's the Way It Is, the special edition on 4K. It looks spectacular on Blu-ray. I couldn't imagine what it would look like on 4K. So, yeah, having said that, I'm going to sign off. I do want to thank each and every one of you for joining in. It's always a pleasure interacting with all of you. I appreciate those who have recently subscribed. Good to see some old friends in here too. All of you. I've said before, and it bears worth repeating. I enjoy the live streams more than I do making a video that I upload at a later time. It's just it's I like the setting. I love the action. I loved talking with all of you. I'm sorry it's taken this long for me to do one of these. It's just a lot going on. We all have busy lives. I know all of you can relate. I've had many people leave kind comments and say, Mark, we get it. Life is busy for all of us. And, I have, a daughter that plays sports. She's played sports, almost every new sport that's come out year round. She's been playing for school. She has a game tomorrow night. My other daughter's active with some things. And I have a couple granddaughters and just life in general. So thank you all for joining in. It was great to interact with all of you. I appreciate you. And until next time, hopefully we'll do another one. Like I said, I want to do the evening one, the late evening one, so those in other parts of the world can see it and join in live. All of you are free to join in if you're able to do it. Like I said, I'll probably do it around 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've had a lot of people reach out and say they wish they could take part of it. So I want to accommodate those that would like to share in that. So looking forward to seeing you all again. Stay safe, be well, and we'll see you soon. Take care.